What is up, everybody? What's going on? Hope everyone's doing well today, on this joyous Sunday. Welcome to Uncovered. If you haven't noticed by now, this is Uncovered, and I'm Anthony. No biggie. But first, let me start off with you guys who have been questioning me about last week's episode. For most of you, or for any of you guys who don't know, that I live in Florida. We had the hurricane and the situation. It was just kind of all over the place. So I didn't really have time to get to the video. Was doing hurricane relief and everything with my company. So we helped a lot of people, food, shelter, all of that type of things. Really, really good. And for anybody who's wondering, I'm not dead. I'm okay. I'm alive. So life is kind of getting back to the normal. Hence episode 10, right? This episode is it's gonna be normal episode, as normal as possible. But this particular episode, I want to go into detail about something that I do that some people don't know about. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. But for those of you who don't know, I am a published novelist. Currently, I have 4 novels out, 3 of which are part of a series, and I'm going to be explaining them and talking to you guys about them in just a second. And one of them is part of a series. It's only one out, actually. I just finished it not too long ago, so I have that one as well, so I can tell you about it. My first one that is actually really good, and some people like it more so than my other works, mainly just because of the topics. It's called Uncovered, The Chronicles of Deception. This was my very, very, very first published novel, and it was with Tate Publishing. This book is I would say it's one of my finer pieces. It's one of it tells a story, and it follows the lives of teens and young adults and the everyday situations that they go through, and as it applies to how our lives are in today's society. It was inspired, or I was enticed to write this from my very first, or my English professor at university. She kind of saw something in me and felt like, as articulate as I am when it comes to writing, I should hone the skills and try to write a novel. I had no aspirations of ever writing a novel, let alone publishing one. I've always loved writing, don't get me wrong. It's a way for me to express myself using words that sometimes you can't necessarily convey through physical emotions, and I've always loved it. I've always started writing short novels and short stories mainly when I was in junior high, just about random ass shit, crazy stuff. And like I said, when I got to college, it kind of became more of a hobby, less of a hobby and more of a passion. So this particular one was also inspired to write. I was inspired to write because I had 2 friends who took their own lives a few years back, and both of them, their reasoning behind committing suicide stemmed from the lack of support and understanding that they did not receive from their family members because of the fact that they were gay. So this book has a strong presence with homosexuality. And not only that, but it also deals with teen pregnancy, drug and alcohol abuse, suicide, bullying, things, like I said, that are prevalent in our society today, things that kids are constantly dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes we create a veil with these issues because most of the time it goes unnoticed. Some of the things are so infinitesimal that they go unnoticed for a while, but every single time something big on a more grander scale happens, where a student who had been bullied for 3 years comes to school and shoot up 5 people, injured 12. It's when they want to find a solution, and it's like, well, where were you guys 5 years ago? Where were you when this could have been easily avoided by just opening your ears and listening to these kids and their problems, right? So it speaks to me a lot. And I really want to go over and refine this as much as I possibly can, because I've dealt with and I've had family members, close friends, and things of that nature who have all had some type of strife in their life because of that lack of understanding and those prejudices that we are taught when we get up to a certain age, because none of us are born with this. We are not born innately hating each other. It's something that's learned. It's something that's taught, and most people don't realize that if they start nipping that shit in the bud early on, we wouldn't have these issues. Like, we wouldn't be faced with all of this degradation and death for no reason. So I continued this because it was originally one book. Well, it was originally like kind of longer, and I had no intentions of publishing it, whatever. I just kind of wrote as my head was going. And when my professor read it, she asked if she could send it off,
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your girl DJ Crew, and I'm coming straight to you from the ATL Chocolate City, baby. And I'm here to give you part 1 of National Youth Pride Services Life Development Series called Too Busy. Hashtag Too Busy. We are going to break down what that really means, or what people really mean when they say that they are too busy. Like, what does that mean? Well, today's topic is called opportunity versus inconvenience. People, number one, people who say that they are too busy are generally focused on themselves, that they can't see anybody else's cry for help. They see it as an inconvenience rather than an opportunity, is what I'm trying to break down to y'all. Too busy to feed the homeless, too busy to help a little cousin out with their homework, and too busy to fight for justice. You feel me? So, number 2, good character is doing what is right simply because it's the right thing to do. When you have good character, you don't just do what benefits you, you do what benefits everybody. You feel me? Everybody. It comes from the heart, straight from the soul. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. And number 3, when tragedy strikes, people tend to regret how they saw the victim as an inconvenience when quite possibly it was their last opportunity to be with them. Life is too short to be busy. Every day is not promised, y'all. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow's not promised. Anything can happen. So cherish the moments you have. Cherish your present moment. Keep your thoughts in a good perspective. And, you know what I'm saying? Reach out. You're never too busy. Check on your mama. Tell her you love her. Pops, family, whatever you got to do. Just always be present. And the conclusion of all of this is try not to use being busy as an excuse. You never know when you are going to need somebody. And make sure you check out part 2 of Life Development Series, hashtag Too Busy with National Youth Pride Services. You are never too busy to do what you want. So next week, you can visit us at www.nationalyouthprideservices.org for more information. Hashtag that too busy. Hashtag NYPS. Hashtag WNYPS. Wow. Whatever you gotta do, just make sure you keep up with us. It's DJ Crew. I'm out.
Hey, thanks for joining me again, guys. Welcome back to Uncovered. So right when we left off, I was explaining to you or talking about my series, The Chronicles of Deception. So now, as promised, I will tell you about my new one that's on a lighter note, like I said. This was my very first attempt at creating a new world. This one was so fun to write. It is entitled The Dreadmore Saga. Now, the subheading or the subtitle is Dawn of Sathrim, but through recent events, I've gone back and changed a lot, adding an additional 40,000 words, and the title is different. It's still the same, The Dreadmore Saga, but the subtitle is Requiem of the Forgotten. So if you're going on Amazon or any other platforms to try to actually look up the book, do not type in Dawn of Sathrim. And I don't have a copy of the new one because I actually ordered it, but they haven't sent. It's on its way, so that's why I don't have a copy. So, don't be mad. But this one was, oh man, this one was just awesome. I'm a big gamer, especially when it comes to open world games. If any of you guys play like Skyrim, Fallout, things of that nature, you know how in depth they are. You know how magnanimous the world is. And there's just so much stuff you can do. So I said, why not? I was like, I have to create a book. Like, I have to create my own fictional world and just talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. My own creatures, things of that nature. So this one didn't take, it took me just shy of a year to kind of comprise everything together. And normally it wouldn't take me that long, but I was dealing with a lot of stuff when I was living in Texas when I started the book. And, it still kind of weaved itself together. As far as the additional 40,000 word goes, that only took me like a month to write, which is crazy. I don't know. I was like on fucking word steroids or something. I don't know. I was writing like maybe 3,000 to 4,000 words a day, and like literally in 30 days, I wrote like 40,000 words. So I was like, it'd be super awesome to kind of add it and infuse with what I already had, because that way it gives the reader more in-depth background information about the main characters, the different type of races throughout the land. And it was just, it just went perfectly. It went perfectly. My editor loved it. My literary agent loved it. So I was like, okay, I have to just keep this. And so the cover of the book is the map of Balmora, which is the major or the main island of India. So, it's just like different things and different locations. And I thought that having it on the front could be a great reference, because I do describe and I jump from place to place explaining the significance of each of the capitals and the 12 major cities and things of that nature. So this one here, I'm really stoked about. I'm really proud. I'm really happy. And I think it's going to be a great saga. I'm already concocting, and I've started working on the second book, which is going to be entitled The Dreadmore Saga, A Realm Reborn. And for any of you guys who like fantasy fiction, if you love The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, let's see, what's another, The Hunger Games, like all of those things, just definitely try this out. I really would like to know the opinions that you guys may have on it, because I think it's good. I think sometimes, and I'm not one to boast. I'm not one to. I'll say if the crap is, if my shit is crap, I'll just be like, it was terrible. I have to redo this over. This is god awful. What the fuck was I thinking? Type thing. Yeah, I'm not one to toot my own horn. I'm going to show you some of the creatures in here. This is an Argot. It's a race of pale-faced giants, native of the island of Rothforth. So, it's just cool. It's fun. A lot of my friends think I'm weird and crazy to be able to come up with a whole world, but I'm not the first to do it. So many people, J.R.R. Tolkien, J.K. Rowling, it takes a very different person whose mind never ceases at any point in time to just create these type of things, and I love it. I love reading those type of novels. I love playing those type of games. I love writing those type of things. So definitely check this out. The new edition, which will have the additional 40,000 words, should be up for purchase next Tuesday, I believe my agent said. But you can go on Amazon and everything and just kind of scope it out and look at it. Or I have a author's page that you can go on and click on, and it'll show you a list of all of my stuff. So this one should come up by next Wednesday at the very latest, if you're interested in reading it, as far as getting the physical copy. But if you want to get it on Kindle or iBooks or whatever, things like that, you can go ahead and do that. It's one click and then it's there. So you can read it. But if you're like me and some of the people that I know, you prefer physical. It's just something about having a physical copy. I don't know. As I go back and I'm kind of reading some of these things here, it's just like, wow, can't believe this. Bragorums, Wraiths, also known as Astros. We got Banshees, Undai, Hydras. It's so cool. I actually want to go and read it myself now. I want to read it back over, but I will not. So that's just a little bit about, like I said, my passion. It's what I love to do. It's easy. It comes easy. It's fun. It's exciting. I'm working on a piece that is loosely based off of my life, and it deals with an antiquated love between two guys that spanned over a 16-year period. So I think that one is going to be good. I'm not absolutely sure if I'm going to publish it or not, but it's been really fun to write it. So I would love to have a couple of people who may be interested in reading something of the sort kind of reach out to me. And if you're interested in maybe kind of reading over it and, giving me some ideas or giving me your feedback on it, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm kind of stoked about it. So that's going to be another thing. But yeah, that's kind of just a little bit of extra information about Anthony. As promised, I'm gonna go in here and I can show you guys my underwear by oh no, I'm sorry, I got a couple of questions to answer. Totally forgot that. I still have questions for days, so if you ask me a question, please bear with me. I have to go through and siphon them out and read or answer them as I go. Question. Oh, this is a good one. I'm surprised you can't tell. I noticed you post a lot of things about baseball. I was wondering, who was your favorite team? Great question. My favorite team of all time is, of course, the New York Yankees. I think I've liked them ever since they were the New York Highlanders. But then again, I wasn't alive. That was 1912. The Yankees were, oh God, they were just the epitome of baseball. They've had, oh God, they've had some amazing players. Amazing. And I've always loved them. Quite recently, in the past couple of years, since Joe has been the manager, they haven't been doing their best. I will admit that. But you can't be a true fan and not be a fan when your team isn't winning. You can't just switch over. And, and I used to try to think that I could, but I couldn't. I always just went back to them. And this year, I was kind of stoked they didn't make the postseason. Kind of upset. I don't know why I said stoked. I was kind of upset they didn't make the postseason. They did last year, but, for whatever fucking reason, the goddamn Royals won. For some reason, I think the Cubs are going to win this year, but who knows? It's up in the air. So that was a really good question. But yeah, it's the New York Yankees. So if you want to give me any merchandise from the Yankees, feel free. Okay. I hear you say a lot that you are single. Is there a reason why? Yeah, I mean, I guess there's always a reason why. And honestly, it's kind of just because with work and the way that I relocate, I'm in my 5th state in the last 4 years. It's kind of hard. It's really, really difficult because trying to ascertain a friendship to get to that level is difficult when you don't stay in one spot too long. So I'm going to be relocating again in a couple of months, and when I do, I am going to start back dating. I'm going to try. I've been single for going on 6 years, so I think it's about time. Definitely going to do that. Oh, this is a good one. Since it's kind of coming up, what started your underwear fetish? That's easy. My best friend Kelvin. I've always liked underwear, but Kelvin last year bought me a lot of underwear from like Asia or somewhere, and they felt great. They fitted nice, they were comfortable and things of that nature, and it just kind of opened my eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to start just getting all these crazy pairs of underwear. I have to do this. So I blame him. And in case you're wondering, his name is Kelvin S. Willingham. That is the reason why I'm addicted to underwear now. So, yes. But guys, it looks like I got a couple more minutes here. And as I promised, I'm going to show you guys the new pair of underwear that I have from Tasty Treasures. So right after this commercial, we'll be right back. And we're back, guys. So this is the pair of underwear that I have from Tasty Treasures. It's actually a pretty nice pair of underwear. One of, if you guys remember from my earlier videos, this just happens to be my good friend Frank's favorite pair, but I really, really do like them as well. They are, I have to get a little closer. They are actually see-through. And don't mind the hair. I know, I have to get rid of it. We talked about this already. But they are actually see-through, and they are really, really comfortable. They kind of feel like, I don't know, I can't think of the material that they actually feel like, and I have to get a little closer so you can actually see that they are see-through. But they're nice. And then the back on them. Yes, we know. I don't have an ass. We're not worried about that. But it actually kind of takes out a little better here. And although I don't have one, they still actually look really good in this. So, yeah, see-through, as you guys can look and see. Really, really cool, right? I love these. I think these are probably going to be like in my top 3 from Tasty Treasures. Really, really nice material. Flexing. kind of forms and spans with the body. So really, really awesome. And of course, as you guys all know, I am going to be giving away a free pair of these bad boys. All you have to do is the same thing you've been doing for all the other episodes. Just send your name and size to Anthony@nypsnetwork.com for your chance to win. And just like every other episode, I will go ahead and announce the winner. So that's kind of all the time we have for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. I also want to thank NYPS for everything that they have been doing. Amazing, amazing group of people. I also want to thank my, what's the word I'm looking for? Mentor, I guess, Frank Walker. No relations. And then also the team that works with me for getting my videos out promptly and doing their amazing job. Awesome, awesome work. Before I go, make sure you guys tune in on Tuesday at 10 for my good friend Leslie. Unpredictable. His shows airs on the NYPS network on Tuesdays at 10. So make sure you check it out. I'm going to get off of here because I have sleep to catch up on because I have work. So I will talk to everybody later. And make sure you guys tune in for next week's episode. Have a good night.